Cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, uwe. Cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, uwe. Cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, uwe. Abia kwenu, uwe. Anambra kwenu, uwe. Ebonyi kwenu, uwe. Enugu kwenu, uwe. Imo kwenu, uwe. Nigeria kwezuono. Hello friends, families and loved ones. I welcome you all to my Igbo segment called Let's Learn Everything About the Igbo. All right, I'm your host, Mr. O. Mazi B.O., a full-fledged Igbo son and teacher of Igbo language, culture and traditions, including general issues that affect our lives, the lives of the Igbos, the Igbo, and the life of the non-Igbo. All right, today we're going to dwell on another important area of discussion or subject called EMUME IRI JI, EMUME IRI JI. You know, it all differs in one Igbo community or the other. Some Igbo community will call it EKG, like people from Arondizog, who is parented at Arochukwu. They call it EKG. Then other parts of Igbo land call it IRI JI. Many parts of Igbo land call it IRI JI, while the rest call it EMUME IRI JI. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about New YAM Festival. Okay, that's what all these things I explained are talking about or talk about. All right, we're talking about New YAM Festival, how it's done in typical Igbo land. Okay, typical Igbo setting. So in many parts of Igbo land, you probably have heard about New YAM Festival, but you've not witnessed any before. It's very interesting occasion. You know, it's a kind of tradition that will never die. We the Igbos hold it in esteem. We would always cherish it and ensure that people also are invited to join us as we rejoice, dance, and praise the gods of the land according to those who believe in that. Okay? Those who believe that once the yams grow and they are harvested, you know, they come robust, they come so big and appetizing that the gods of the land should be thanked, should be honored. Okay? For providing it. But they never talk about who created the gods of the land. But okay, that's by the way. So now it's just a ceremony, a traditional ceremony that the Igbos do to thank whoever they believe in that has or have made the yams to grow in large quantity and come out in fullness where you see their weights looking so appetizing. They do the ceremony to thank them. That is why in many Igbo communities or in many Igbo parts of Igbo land, you won't see people eat yam until a particular month, usually in September. Some parts of Igbo land, they could do theirs October, some could do theirs late August. But mainly, 3/4 of all the Igbo people, typical Igbo people in Igbo land, observe that ceremony of New Yam Festival in September. It could be any time in September, mainly. All right, so that's when you see a lot of people will start eating yam. Many people wouldn't even taste even a bit of it, a crunch of yam. They wouldn't touch it. Even when they travel to somewhere and the only available meal there is the yams, they wouldn't touch any piece, you know. And they wouldn't want to buy any in the market to come home to cook. No way, until that very ceremony has been observed. Once the ceremony has been observed, you see them, they think they're free to eat yams in what quantity that please them, what quantity that pleases them. All right, so now during the period, this September period mainly, even people, for you to know or to find out how prestigious this ceremony of Iriji, EMUME IRI JI, EKG is, that's the New Yam Festival is. You see, many Igbo people, many Igbo communities abroad, those in the diaspora, would always invite some people to come to, kind of speak on EMUME IRI JI, EKG, or IRI JI, the New Yam Festival, in their different bases abroad. So that's to show you, they will pay those people that will come to speak, people who are totally traditional, who know about what tradition is all about. Traditions are all about. It's not just anyhow person. They are invited and they are paid. Understand? Flight and all that are footed by the people who have invited them. That's to show you how important the Igbos, or rather the Igbo tribe, holds New Yam Festival, in esteem. All right, so now on the day that New Yam Festival takes effect, in most Igbo towns, you see people, especially the rich Igbo towns, would invite friends and relations, would invite outsiders to come to witness the ceremony as it's being organized in the open. The king of the land would also participate in the ceremony, the traditional ceremony of the New Yam Festival. Then, right there in the meeting point, yams will be roasted and brought, including red oil, fresh red oil and pepper. That the chili pepper will be brought, fresh chili pepper will also be pounded and presented also. And the chilies will be added to the fresh red oil. Then while the roasted yam will be placed differently, the king will stand, or if there is a notable figure or invited to witness the occasion, the person will pray. It all depends who has been asked to pray. Mainly the king prays, the king of the land prays before the occasion will start proper. And when he or any other person prays, he will still talk. Even if it's not the one that has presented a prayer, for the ceremony, he will have something to say. The king, I mean. So now, he will be the first to cut the yam, dip it in the well-spiced red oil, fresh red oil, and begin to munch it. After that has been done, other notable personalities will be called upon to come and take. Then every other person will come and take, irrespective of how tiny the pieces are. So they will ensure that a lot of people there, are able to participate in eating, the sliced roasted yams. So after which, there will be merriment. Foods, drinks will be in full assortment. People will drink. Some will drink to stupor. You know how it is, especially things you don't buy or didn't buy with your money. A lot of people will abuse them. So a lot of enjoyments will go on, merriments here and down, up and down. Everybody, just to thank whoever they believe in, mainly the gods of the land, for making them see that day, and also providing them the opportunity to live and eat the new yam. There are many people, as I said, that wouldn't taste even a crumb of yam until it's been presented in the community, until the date has been launched. The harvest of the yams has been launched. Otherwise, they wouldn't eat. Even if they come to your home and that's what you're eating, they wouldn't do so. But Christianity has really taken its toll. A lot of people now buy yams and eat them even when their respective communities have not started eating. They have not observed the New Yam Festival. So that's just what the Christianity has done and still does. So that is just it about the New Yam. Anyway, If you see anybody eating the new yam, it doesn't mean that the person does not know about how the yam festival is done and how respectful that traditional belief is. So they just eat it because they feel like eating it. Okay, don't say they have done wrong or they have committed taboo. Not at all, not at all. This is just the way they feel to do it. But I just told you about the New Year Festival as how it's observed in the Igbo land in general. All right, just try to witness one of the New Year Festival occasions. In any part of the Igbo land, you have a friend or a relation. Just go there when September comes up. It's done mainly every September. So make sure you'll be there. Make sure you're there to have a panoramic view of what Iri Ji, EKG, EMUME IRI JI, known in English as New Year Festival, is done, how it is observed. So traveling will always expose you to many things you don't know. Sometimes you travel to a particular place not because you have a business there, something that gives you money. It mustn't be that. It mustn't be about money. It mustn't be about something that yields or gives you money. Sometimes you take time out to go there to know a particular thing. Probably you've heard about that very thing, but you would want to witness to, be an eyewitness so that you, after which, become, they will say from the horse's mouth. So when you narrate it, you know that it's coming from the horse's mouth as well. So it doesn't have to be based on what you hear. Sometimes you go out and see. One man in United States, I remember, I don't know whether he's still alive. His name is, if he's still alive, he is being called Land and Sea because of one adage he made some time ago when he was much younger. He said, no matter how rich you are and you are not a traveler, you haven't gained anything, because your opulence would not take you to where your legs have taken you to if you decide not to go there. All right, guys, that's all for the EKG, IRI JI, EMUME IRI JI, popularly done in Igbo land and known in English language as New Year Festival. We'll talk about other ceremonies, traditional ceremonies that are done in Igbo land next time we meet. Okay, that's all for now, folks. Bye-bye, guys. Love you all.